What shall I do?
What will you do? Is this a question? Show that you know the poem and remind them what a poem it is. Well, you know what you must do. Go, confront the problem, fight, win, and call me when you get back, darling. I enjoy our visits.
Welcome to the Poetry Dojo,
where we learn to know our poems
and learn to wield them to fight and win.
Today we are considering The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus.
Emma Lazarus was born on July 22nd, 1849 in New York City, and she lived until November 19th, 1887. She was a well-known American poet. She was part of a large Jewish family whose ancestors had fled from Brazil to escape the Inquisition. That caught me by surprise.
Right. I didn't know that detail. I knew that she was part of the Jewish community, and that actually, I think, is going to lend some understanding to the poem when we go to talk about it. One thing I thought was really interesting about the history of this poem is that when, obviously, France gifted to the United States the Statue of Liberty, right? And it was supposed to be this symbol of liberty and this symbol of like, you fought against the guy and now you're free. And when this statue came, everyone was like, so, what is this? So they were trying to earn money.
Yeah. Where do we put this? Right. It doesn't fit in my garage.
It doesn't fit anywhere. And people, so they had this great statue and they had no pedestal to put this statue on. So Emma Lazarus was part of a sort of like a city movement to get a place to stick the Statue of Liberty onto. Some stories have been told that the Statue of Liberty, they actually broke it apart by piece and would ship it around to different towns saying, look at this cool foot. It's part of the Statue of Liberty. Look at this cool hand. And people just couldn't put it all together. But she wrote this poem as a way to sort of recognize the statue and make some money off of it so that they could
actually afford to build the pedestal and put the statue there. The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here, at our sea-washed sunset gate shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep, ancient land, your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus. This is a classic Petrarchan sonnet, which is, if I remember correctly, ABBA, ABBA, CD, CD, CD. It's a octave followed by 6 lines, which are called a sestet.
Sestet, yes.
Yeah. And she, as we already said, wrote it as a fundraising effort to build that pedestal. It, strangely, is a humble poem, at least as far as the presentation of the statue, as opposed to the Greek Colossus of old, which, as described as a great bronze statue with 1 foot on one side of the harbor entrance and 1 foot on the other side of the harbor entrance, as claiming victory over the land. Here instead, she stands between 2 cities ready to receive the poor, the wandering, those seeking a new home, and her lantern of light, as it were, alights a golden door.
Exactly. I think that Emma Lazarus departed from the original intention of the statue and made it more approachable to the sorts of people that were coming to America. She did see a lot of, at this time, there was a huge Jewish immigration coming into New York area because of the persecutions that they were facing in Europe, especially Eastern Europe. And, we have France saying, hey, here we are. You guys are revolutionaries just like us. But now she's completely rewriting sort of the message of the Statue of Liberty.
This is no longer a conquering theme.
Not at all.
And it's not, oh, yes, we're here along with France. Mm-hmm. But rather, no, we stand apart from Europe.
Yes, and we stand apart from Europe because we're offering opportunities and the things that were lost to many people. It sort of reminds me of a little bit of de Crevecoeur's Letters to an American Farmer. He has an extended discussion in those letters where he is talking about how average normal people don't have opportunities in a land. And in Europe, all the land has been taken. Everything is based on, your wealth.
We are not asking for the nobility.
Right. We're actually asking for what you guys consider trash, like the homeless tempest tossed to me, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. She's not calling these immigrants refuse. She's saying, you guys
value this. You say this is the trash, the refuse of your land, whereas we are saying, come here, make a new life.
Yes. And I love that line, keep ancient lands your storied pomp, because this poem is sort of a past reference to the Colossus at Rhodes. And she's almost saying, you can create a new story here. You don't have to be trapped in the past and crushed underfoot. So there's opportunities. We think about doors as being ways to move from one place to another. And this is a golden door, which means that on the other side, maybe a little bit of heaven type language here, but for someone who has lost everything in their homeland, starting over fresh. Yeah, this is a really great poem.
It is a poem of hope.
I agree 100%. And I do really like, she has some great alliteration. So worldwide welcome. That's really fantastic. And I do also love her use of verbs here. We have yearning. I think that's a great word here. Astride, that sort of thing.
I was really touched by, or surprised really, by the line, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. I was expecting yearning to be free.
Right.
But instead you get that idea that deep inhale as though somebody has found room, has found a place where they feel free to breathe, as though they had not, everything before had been constrained and held against them.
Yes, I totally agree with that. I think one of the things that I like is her name, Mother of Exiles.
Mother of Exiles.
So these are people who have been exiled for whatever reason from their motherland or their fatherland, and she's adopting all of these different sorts of people, which sort of adds to the idea of that big American melting pot coming together. And what is unifying us is this mother-ish figure who represents hope, love, opportunity, welcome. So I think this is a great poem, and I hope that the students who choose this poem understand a little bit of her heart for the immigrant.
If you can convey to the judges that sense of welcome to a people who have found welcome nowhere else in the world, it still will touch a thread, a tone of hope that will make the judges sit up and say, hey, I like this poem, I like this delivery, and do that, and you can win. Thank you for tuning in. This has been a DieCast Media Group production. Please recommend us to friends, family relations, but not your competitors. Feel free to email us with questions at poetrydojo@diecastmediagroup.com. Tune in next time for another exciting episode and another fine poem.